Um, I'm back. It's the Nasty Pastor. Please like, share, comment, subscribe to my YouTube channel, Only Faith Ministries, Kemet Edition. You may have to type it in OFM, Kemet, whatever the little subtraction mark is, edition. But how's life treating you? Anywho, everything been lovely. I keep waking, and I'm inspired. I'm reading this for the first time, um, seeing how my thoughts, my theories, has proven some facts. You know, and to have pick this up. Just went on Amazon.com. Say, something, I'm gonna start with the oldest book in the world. You know what I mean? And I'm just pleased at myself that I understand Jewish culture. It's a lot of people in this world don't even understand the culture they was born in. They don't even understand themselves. So for me to understand another culture and really having, I know Jews. I've been around Jews all my life, but to get an understanding how their life revolves, to get an understanding who they are in this world and why the things have happened to them, I get it. You know what I mean? I understand it. I really do. But once again, I am the Nasty Pastor. I'm back with another reading of the teachings of Peter Hotep. We left off memorials of the payers, and I liked it that, you know what I mean, because it woke some stuff up. You know what I mean? After I finished reading that section of this book, I got the chopping the video up, looking at, paying attention to certain parts of it, and I was like, you did good, man. You know what I mean? You did very well. But we're gonna get into the land of darkness. Now peep this up. The land of darkness. We can take that as skin color. We can take that as dark history. We can take that as, you know what I mean, once upon a time, I'll be overstepping my boundaries to say once upon a time it wasn't no sun. I believe the sun was the first thing that was created. You know, that sun is a source of energy. That sun helps the the universe. You know what I mean? It's a beacon. It's a light. You know what I mean? You can look at that as you're out on the water, out on the ocean, trying to find a lighthouse. You know what I mean? So I just say this: it's some dark things in our world. Don't mean it's bad. It just mean it was never supposed to be brought to light. So if it was never supposed to be brought to light, that means the mysteries of Kemet is hidden. You come on. The mysteries of Kemet is hidden. There's a family that have it all. Have it all. But whatever went on before Christ, you come on. Whatever went on before Christ, the truth was scattered. I believe each continent holds a piece of the truth, and that's the only way this world has survived. Because if you give a, you know, if you go back and you think about the Avengers movie, the one with the dude in there had the glove with all the little gems on there. Once he got all the gems on that little glove, he could take over the whole world, the whole universe. You feel what I'm saying? I believe there's a gem that was given to each continent so that no one can have dominant power. Anywho, let's go and get into the teachings of Ptah-hotep, the oldest book in the world, the land of darkness. The land of which the father of history declared that no other country held so many wonders. I'm going to back that up for you again. The land of which the father of history declared that no other country held so many wonders. Do you recall me ever saying to you, the beginning of time, Africa was the Mecca of the world. The Mecca. Everything that was built there was a wonder. Probably was the only place that had natural living creatures. Probably the only place on this earth that started off with green grass. You feel me? You get what I'm saying? Because see, if the story is true that Satan fell from heaven, come on, man. The creator, firstborn, still got love for your firstborn. You know, think about this right quick. You got that little rebellious child, right? Little old nasty little child. You got what I'm saying? You sit back and you wonder, well, where did he get that little nastiness from? Got it from you. Got a smidget from you. Got a lot of it from your mama and your daddy, your great grandparents, and are you getting what I'm saying? But you love them, don't you? You ain't gonna never let nobody harm them. You ain't even gonna harm them. You know what I mean? You want to. Let me put it to you like this. I got a little daughter, I won't break her neck, but I'll never break her neck. I love her too much. So what basically I'm trying to say is this right here. If you think the creator didn't make this rock comfortable for his firstborn, come on now, think about your child. And I'm talking to those off of drugs. Because see, those on drugs, you don't give a damn about yourself, so I know you don't give a damn about your child. I'm talking to those off of drugs. You feel me? Because now you can process what I'm saying to you about. Has bequeathed us by various channels the rumor and remnant of a strange knowledge. She has devised us enigmas insoluble and rendered up to us signs and messages whose meaning is dark for all time. And she has left a religion veiled in allegory and illustrated by symbol, as fascinating as impenetrable for those who approach it. For into our hands the keys of these things have not been delivered. Wherefore much study of them is a weariness to the flesh, and of the hazarding of interpretations there is no end. But apart from the mazes of mythology, the broken ways of history, and the empty letter of a dead faith, there are, as is known to some, and as this little book professed to show, many documents which are antique, but not antiquated, possessing interest above the purely archaeological, the interest called human. Of these are the tales. I'm going to back that up. I'm going to pause there for a minute. Now, you got that last part. It possessed no interest. See, it possessed no interest to those that how to put it, like to the creator, it possesses no interest. But to man, to the nosy man, to the archaeologist, you know what I mean? And when they said archaeologist, what he laid at, what was next? interest called human. You got what I'm saying? The human being is so nosy. The human being is so disobedient that there were signs put up in today's Egypt, in Egypt, that tell you don't dig that up, do not enter. But they did it anyway. And it did. It let diseases in our world. It let it all in our world. Honestly speaking, you might woke Satan up. You might have woke Satan up and say you let Satan run free. But see, that's the thing though, right? When we was in heaven, we was disobedient. Because we thought we could go up against our maker. And it's time for you to understand, right? Yes, we have free will. Yes, you are a human being. Yes, you are a adult, but you have a authority entity, a supreme being you have to answer to for your actions. I'm going to leave it at that, and I'm going to get back to this reading. Of these are the tales which recall an incident as in style, those of the immortal collection, full of the whole glamour of the East, the thousand nights and a night. And yeah, Africa is in the East. Yeah, go look at your map. It might sit a little bit like southeast. You know what I mean? If you're looking at it from Northern America, you feel what I'm saying? But yes, it's in the East. See, I read a book when I was locked up. I believe this was the second time I was in prison. It said Western something, Eastern something. You got what I'm saying? And Africa is in the east part of the world. You know what I mean? And it's basically, it's basically, the book was basically explaining the difference in living in the eastern part of the world and living in the western part of the world. Such are the love songs, full of the burning utterance of desire, the pathetic and even bitter dirges, whose singers have seen all the works that are done under the sun, and found all to be vanity and vexation of spirit. And such also are the didactic poems for the instruction of youth, which in poetic phrase and in great detail inculcate, among other things, the practice of right conduct as the price of happiness. You heard that though? The instructions to the youth. There's instructions how to raise your youth. Somewhere along the line, those instructions has been, how to put it, lessened, not followed, not passed down. Because, you know, I'm not going to say kids have just gotten out of control. Kids probably been out of control since the beginning of time. Since a child came in this world, probably been out of control since then. Because see, if you don't get it, if you don't understand it, you're not going to process the information I'm getting ready to say. If you think Ra, if you think Satan, if you think the devil's blood don't run through your veins, you're sadly wrong. We have a choice to make. You can die in your choice or you can live in your choice, but we have a choice to make. A courtesy hardly less considerate than our own, and a charity which, when certain inevitable shortcomings are allowed, forbears comparison with almost any later system. Out of these, there are many that may probably claim a place in a series bearing the seal of the wisdom of the East. Come on now. Come on now. Series bearing the seal of the wisdom of the East. Come on now, that's why everybody coming over there to Africa, right? That's why back in the days, each culture, each continent sent something, some type of military into Africa to seize, to take our happiness, to take our wisdom, to take our knowledge. When I tell you Africa was the Mecca of the world, it was the Mecca of the world because that's where life was formed, that's where history begins. But as touching the books here translated, the instructions of Ptah-hotep and of Kejimni, they possess a part of the greatest interest and an adequate claim on the notice of all persons interested in literature and its history. For if the datings and ascriptions in them be accepted as trustworthy, there is no reason why they should not be so accepted. They were composed about 4,000 years before Christ and 3,550 years before Christ, respectively. And the significance of those remote dates is that they are the oldest books in the world, the earliest extant specimens of the literary art. They stand on the extreme horizon of all that ocean of paper and ink that has become to us as an atmosphere, a fifth element, and essential of life. Well, that's my time with y'all. But did you understand how these books, this right here, the instruction of Ptah-hotep and the instruction of Kejimni was written before this was ever published to the world? It was published to our culture. And it was probably, you know, to give you a scenery, to give you the imagery. You know, it might have been a papyrus leaf. It might have been some stone, but it was only one papyrus leaf, one stone with these writings on it. And it was a man or a woman standing, speaking, reading it to you. That's how religion was. You feel what I'm saying? The Egyptian Book of the Dead, there was no little reproduction of Bibles. It was that one book that priest, that high priest, that God of information, that God of spirituality recite to you. Anywho, I am the Nasty Pastor. Please like, share, comment, subscribe, follow. Look, I'm out. I love you.